us another beautiful day, Lord. And thank you for the city and the people of the community that make up the community. And Lord, we'll ask you to bless our community and America and help us to get back to where we were at one time. And thank you for the ones on this board and their willingness to serve. Lead us out each day to be your will. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. All right, number 1 on the agenda is public hearing to redistrict our proposed ward boundaries from John 3 River. Rachel have taken care of that for us. And you got a map up here, everybody can look at it if you wanted to. And I think all the boards probably met 2 or 3 times before. So what we need to do is get a motion to amend this ordinance. I guess I'm saying that right.
Might as well do that and the map together because they match each other.
Yeah.
And just make sure it's public hearing, so make sure nobody has any comments or questions.
All right, anybody got any questions on the map? And then a lot changed, but
3 changed a good bit, but that's the only one.
according to the census.
Yeah, 3 changed once. I mean, I'm about to have some support from people.
On the new one?
For the new tennis shoes that I'm about to work on. I'll walk
Yeah. All right, any other comments or questions on this? Oh, Neil, motion to set the boundaries. Got a motion with Kevin Dale, have a second. Same with Parks. Any other questions or discussion? It's the map and the boundaries.
Ordinance.
And the ordinance here. All right, any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. John, you got that light, didn't you?
That was the best one yet, Mike.
That's what we aim to do. All right, now, next up in Departmental Business is Mr. Maddox, and he's gonna keep it brief and entertaining.
You're brief, man. Mayor's got to pay some bills here to start with. The first one is invoice for the design, construction administration, or communication system. Bratton Engineering for $65,006.75.
Somebody got a motion by Will, second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
The second one's a pay request for Irby Utility Services for this for material we received this month for the communication system construction, $388,904.80.
All right, got a motion by Keith, do I have a second? Second by Will. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Their third item is for meters we received the past month for our automated metering project from TESTCO. The amount of that is $73,719.61.
Okay, what's the will of the board on that? Kevin Dale, got a motion, I have a second. Second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next item, we need to buy some steel poles and pole mounted transformers just for general construction and maintenance purposes. We normally, I guess, don't buy, our quantities are small enough, we just get quotes, but these things are so expensive now, you just can't get a lot of quotes. We will do an advertisement and get a little more inventory.
Advertising steel poles
And
pole mounted transfer. Got a motion by Will, second by Keith. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Here, item number 5, we were working with Cook Engineering on extending our ARPA funds. So we did get matching money from the state to do water and sewer projects. This is the improvements to the Bratton Road lift station. Again, that's an area where we're seeing some growth and different things are planned out that way. So that's where all the sewer kind of comes there and then gets pumped to the plant. So we want to get that. The equipment there has been there a while, so this will pretty much make that essentially a new lift station. They did bid this competitively. The low bid was to Phillips contracting. the amount of $393,000. This will be paid through ARPA funds. Okay.
Motion by Drew, second by Kevin Dale. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Here is another item, our Highway 30 lift station, which again is apparently one of our bigger lift stations out by the Walmart distribution center. Started having trouble with it a couple of weeks ago, and one thing led to another, and we've had to do quite a bit of replacement work on that station. Still working on it. Do want to make that an emergency type situation. We just not been able to get quotes on it because every time we pull one thing out, something else is tearing up. But once we get through that station, should be beginning in pretty good shape. So I just need to make the board aware and get approval that we've declared an emergency situation to get that station repaired.
All right, what's the will of the board? Motion by Drew, second by Keith. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Actually, a couple of meetings ago, we got an emergency declaration to get a bucket truck repaired. This is one of our small trucks that is going to be a high mileage truck, but we're waiting on the new one to come in. The drive shaft fell out, damaged the transfer case. We couldn't get anybody to quote us repairing the truck. We did find a garage that had parts, and y'all agreed to give us an emergency declaration. Enterprise Tire and Service, they completed repairs on the truck. It was in the amount of $18,043.31. I think I'll be able to report that back to the board.
You already got the emergency.
Yes, y'all gave me that a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. This is just report back what the repair actually was.
Okay. Any questions on that? All right.
And I'll bring that to be approved, which is ready in the minutes.
Which one?
This, when we're
Emergency.
Yeah, the emergency declaration, I'm just telling you.
We've already approved it being
It's
emergency.
already approved, just to be reported and then put it in the report and a written statement.
Okay. Right, y'all didn't report on that. The eighth item again is got another one of those report backs. Y'all let us declare a couple items surplus. We'll put it in auction, I think back in April. The gas department had a truck bed and a non-operational backhoe. Those two items together are $288 after commission. Yeah, I think that's just something we need to read and have recorded in the minutes.
You gonna give that to her?
Yeah, I'll give that to her. The last item, we worked with MDOT that they replaced the bridge in Marshall County. We had to move our gas line. We coordinated the design and the bid of that project. Bids out utility contractors, they completed the job. They submitted their invoice, $190,034. There are a couple of things that Will's still doing. It's not going to be over that. We've got to verify a couple of quantities, but we have submitted it to MDOT. They're going to send us money for it. As soon as we get that transaction with MDOT, we'd like to go ahead and pay the contractor. So I'd like authorization to pay this invoice to bids out utility contractor, and just kind of pending this last verification on it.
Motion by Will, second by Kevin Dale. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I've got on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you. I got you.
All right, Will, you up, son?
Item number one, approve the change order for the millwork for the municipal court building. For a not to exceed amount of $10,725. We've got one quote, we're waiting to get the second quote. This would be for the judge's bench and the witness stand in the court building.
You know, before we didn't really know where the judges needs to go because, yeah, we were, that wasn't included in it. So this is kind of motion by Drew, have a second.
Second.
Second by Will. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Item number two, phase two approval for asphalt paving of city streets. Mr. Mayor, you and I met with a few routes that we were going to present to the board and, and bringing the board members, talking with them before the meeting. Several of them had additional ideas and wanted to look at some additional routes and the cost of those routes. Ms. Ricky, those that should be the sheet that to show those different routes and the cost associated with those routes.
But this won't be in phase two, or we can, I don't care.
Whatever you guys decide to include. in
I would
phase
think we do a phase three and include these. When y'all.
So what would be phase two? The sports back road?
Everything in that second.
Main parking lot is included. The main entrance road, off the road. Splash pad road, south park. Tennis court parking lot overlay. So is that, that hasn't been approved at phase two? I mean,
Nothing
none of
with
these.
phase two has been approved.
Alright. That's all needed.
Does that tennis court overlay include the
No,
strip that's been created already?
but we have to build that strip before they pave it.
Right.
Um,
So that's not on here?
That's not on there.
Okay.
And they could continue on while they're here. In theory, they can get all this done also.
That, I mean, I had not spoken with them about it, the list got a little
Continues to
longer,
grow.
today, so no, I have not spoken with them about it.
Okay.
Schedule wise, it may not be something they would come in and do all at one time. I'm sure they'd come in and do the phase one that we released and probably come back to do whatever phase two routes we released.
When would phase two potentially start?
I'm not sure at this time. It depends on how much you wanted to have in phase two. You know, originally what we were going to present were 2 additional routes, which wasn't a lot of volume, and they probably could have completed that while they were here in phase one. But the list has gotten pretty extensive.
The reason I asked Sam T. Barkley from the elementary to the railroad, if at all possible, if we could get that done before
Before
school starts,
School start.
that would be ideal.
And that's first of all.
Yeah, it's very soon.
Yeah, if they could do it first, I don't know.
Now, if you approve that route, then I could coordinate with them to work that in with the phase one routes.
Okay.
We could coordinate with them to have them do that route first.
That's what I would think we need to
I think that would be a good idea. That's,
They're scheduled to be here the week of the 15th. That should be plenty of time to do the phase one routes.
do. Right,
That additional route.
That's
you know,
good.
So the phase two is the Glenfield, the Moss Hill, Sam T, and is that all that we are wanting to get in phase two?
For the sportsplex and
The sportsplex main parking was there, that was in that as well?
The options
That's in
there.
this phase
if you
two.
want it to be there.
Just it kind of be the same thing. Not by August, but in the fall when there's not as much going on. Pretty good for you too.
But it just seems to me though, if we're going to do the parking, does it not make sense to do the splash pad and the south part, all of that stuff at the same time if we're out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah,
think that's what they'll do. Yeah.
So I don't know, I guess the only thing in question would be the tennis court overlay, is that what we're saying in phase two?
Yeah, the overlay of that old parking lot. So isn't that right?
That's the tennis court.
Or is it the new one out there for the soccer? You remember?
This is,
This
tennis courts.
This is the existing parking lot.
is the parking lot that we have that is
No, this is where the
being.
pavement
It's where
is.
the pavement is.
Where the pavement
You know, when we built it,
Was it Luke there?
10 or 12 years ago, we just put one lift on it, and because that was the recommendation, because holes was gonna pop, some soft spots. So, during those years, soft spots had popped up, and and they
And
dig
it
it out.
floods, if it rains.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And,
so they've about got all the soft spots that's popped up, dug out and replaced them.
but I mean, now, that tennis court parking lot is used for a lot more than just
Oh, yeah.
tennis, of course, with all the things we have going on out there, so it needs to be done, I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, we've discussed,
So
it
you gotta
didn't,
do-
it needed it when they first built, they just put one, they didn't.
Yeah, just
put
one.
plans for two, it just hasn't been done. But the other part of this fourplex, that hasn't, we haven't discussed that at all, and there's a lot of asphalt covering that existing parking lot at the ball fields. I know
Oh, you
we
mean
had
the main,
the main parking, we just had it seal coated a few years ago, didn't we, for Chase?
yeah,
It was probably 7 years ago. 6 or 7.
well, I mean, I don't know, I'm thinking.
It still comes, what, every 3 years normally, depending on traffic, but I mean, it's not.
It's not made in the last 15 years, 10.
5 or
They've
6.
been saying it was done in this term, y'all on the board when seal coated, when Lance did it.
Not because Johnny's still here.
Was it?
Yeah,
Maybe,
no, John Anderson's here.
yeah, cause I've never done anything like this.
We have a question. We're trying to get Sam T. Barker done before school. Is there any way we can move Sam T. Barker up into the first phase?
We can't.
Well,
We can try to,
But if
Just phase one's already been approved.
we approve phase two,
If we approve
You can
phase
say
two,
we'll do
then
that
we go with
first.
scheduling.
yeah, you don't have to move it up.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Phase two?
Is there not patchwork that done, have you looked at Sam T. Barker?
there are a few areas that need to be patched, but the other areas were done fairly quick, so I would think if we let them know
Yeah,
as soon as possible, they probably could get it correct.
they're planning on being here the middle of
The
July.
week of the 15th, that means it's gonna be the 15th.
Yeah. It'll be the middle of July, yeah,
Might be.
or after. So, yeah, they'd have time to get patched then. Thanks, old Johnny. You don't know?
You got anything else going on, Johnny?
Oh. Well, you say, I mean, see,
If we can't get it done, we can move it to some other time theoretically, but if we're gonna do it, I'd like to get it done before. I don't wanna be working on it right when school starts,
well, you can't do it before, when school starts,
August 1st.
If you can't do it before then, we'd have to wait till Christmas holidays, so if they can do it, well, it may be too cold. You already have the break in the fall?
There is a fall break, which,
It's a week in October, like the
it's the
14th.
middle of October, like the 14th of October, and there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off for the schools after that week. I can check the calendar on that.
Well, I think if we get them here to do work, as hard as it's been to get people to do work, we'll just have to count on that man over there to help us control traffic when we're doing it and try to
If
work around the school.
they can't get through by
Yeah,
the first, they'll beat this start.
because we don't,
And maybe we can start on the end that don't need patchwork. You can look at it, Johnny.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
the only thing I have to add to that is, if there any way possible at all, to try to have that done on 17th. That's probably one of the worst areas to have any additional issues than what we already have during the first part of school.
Yeah. Well, we hopefully they get it before school starts. If not, we may have to wait a couple of weeks after school starts, or 3, let it get kind of settled. All right, what y'all think about phase 2? Any other questions or comments?
Which of some kind of, we can move the Sam T. Barker, try to move it up in phase one, the other phase, part of phase two.
And I think that's a priority road, just how much traffic's on that road, school buses and everything else.
but I mean, that's what we're saying.
If you approve it tonight, it'll be the same as phase 2.
Let's just say, our way would be approving is that we wanna do all of these.
Yeah.
And then it'd be we'll come to the scheduling part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't make any difference in if it's phase 1 or 2. But you gonna tell them we won't.
That's right, they won't care,
Yeah,
as long as the
yeah.
prep work's done and they can overlay it, they
Yeah.
won't care if we change the list.
Frankie, what's another county, you know?
Close to 60
Got it.
You got it spending.
It's a lot more than I do. Yeah, so I'd say we absolutely do.
Oh, yeah.
As many people come in, I mean, those are all main attractions.
I get a lot of calls about sometime from teachers and parents after the last year or so.
So, Will, my question would be if the complex, the tennis complex is included, what do we need to do to talk about that strip that I've talked about? Do we just need to get?
Well, I just need to get quotes on building out the base for that road, just like we did the Sportsplex Road.
Right, and add that just as an addition to this.
This be a separate item and then.
Okay.
You can vote to it, I mean, if that's on the album, we're gonna have it, just
Right. It just needs to be included when they do this, is what I'm saying, if we can get it framed out on that.
yeah. And let's get the base first, so.
I mean, we could potentially do a change order for the
Well, we
contractor on the
could.
road to go over there and build the other road. I mean,
Well, that's true.
I have not figured what that cost will be, but I can get with the mayor on it tomorrow and we can send you out a cost and y'all agree to it.
I mean, didn't we all agree that that's something we need to do for traffic flow over there?
Yeah.
So that needs to be done, yes.
Yeah, we can just do a change order on the road and build it now, you know, add to while they're here. Cause they can do the base, there's no doubt, did that first week. Yeah,
It's very short, it's not.
It's not
take
much to
of
it.
anything.
Yeah.
no.
We just don't have the equipment in-house to do it.
I'd say paying for that would be a lot cheaper than buying equipment.
Yeah.
Or farther than that is. All right, what's the will of the board on phase 2?
Say we approve phase 2 and then look at the change order
How you
for
making
that.
that? Is that a motion?
Yes.
Do I have a second? Second by Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Item number 3, approve bid to M&N Excavators for the secondary road within the Sportsplex.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. That's what we talked about last week.
Contract amount is $76,166.34.
That's the total?
No, that'd be that overlay. I think,
That's the total for their contract.
For the base, building the base. This, the change order, which I don't think we got to yet, that's gonna be separate from that road, is that the drainage pipe?
Right, that'll be in addition to the 76.
motion by Kevin Dale, do I have a second? Second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Item number 4 is approved change order number 1 for the Sportsplex secondary road for not to exceed amount of $10,000. I see it's got in that change order amount, it would be $5,325.10.
Okay. All right. Motion to approve change order.
So,
Motion by Will, second by Keith. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5 is approved pay request to M&N Excavators for pay request number 1. This is for the sidewalk replacement project for the old PD building.
All right. Need a motion to approve that. They already moved in. Then they are very happy. All right, we got a motion by Keith, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That does you, don't it?
Thank you, Will. Thanks, Will.
Bill said you was gonna hang around and take his place. If anybody had any questions. All right, let's move to the police department.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I got, new hire approval for, two officers. Two men on the hire to be officers, right? One is for, Jordan Tudor. Jordan Tudor has about 8 years' experience. He's currently, has been working for the UFC. And he wishes to make a company on police department. He's already certified. He's already got experience. He's lived here in Albany on Apple Street. He currently has bought a place just over the county line. And he wants to come to work, and I want to give him an opportunity to do so. I believe that you know him also.
Yeah, I do, they live.
So I asked my board to consider hiring Jordan Tudor first.
So moved.
The motion by Will, have a second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The second hire will be my first opportunity. I'm actually very proud of this young man, my job. We hired him had him as an intern, and I actually got him hooked up with another internship after he got a little further in his college career at Starkville Police Department, a friend of mine. And he's come back and expressed interest in working in becoming the Albany policeman. His name is Mike Smith. He's from our community. I think most of the board members know him. And I would like to offer him a position in the Albany Police Department.
We have a motion by Kevin Dale, have a second by Keith. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, Mr. and the board.
Ted, you got anything?
I know,
Okay. Fire department.
I've got promotion request approved. When Eddie Latham retired, it opened up a domino effect. And so we put together the application process for in-house and put together a hiring panel to interview and recommend who needed to be promoted within the department. And they brought me the recommendation of Jack Whiteside for lieutenant and Ryan Pollard for driver operator. And I support their decision for the request to the board.
Jack and who? Ryan?
Ryan Pollard, RYANPOLLARD. Ryan, he lives here now. He's originally from Panola County, but he lives in Albany now.
Okay. All right. Got a motion by Kevin Dale, have a second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all we have. Have a good fourth.
Thank you. All right, building inspector.
I emailed the monthly report. On the zoning, we had a request from Winfield Storage at 1106 Western Tate for a variance in the parking lot requirement was approved, and the siding and parking lot requirement was approved. Had a request from the city for 207 Carter Avenue for a variance in the siding requirements. It was approved. That's the weak building. Request from Eric Ewing, 205 South Central, for a variance in setback requirements. It was approved. Request from TRY Properties for approval of a subdivision on the east side of Oxford Loop, the 800 block, and 588, 590, 592, 614, 616, 618 Winfield Road to rezone from ag to SM8. It was approved pending zoning change.
It says that's 10 on here.
Oh, I meant 10, I'm sorry. Got hit with SM10. And I'd like to set a public hearing for August the 6th to rezone that for TRI.
All right, got a motion by Drew, set a public hearing for August 6th, second by Parks. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm about to try to say the best for last. Billy Jean, you got anything?
No, never.
All right, Jill?
I've emailed y'all my report, but, Janet Burr's retired. She's our bookkeeper in business office, and I wanted to ask the boards to, allow us to replace her with Elena Wilder. She, is a Blue Mountain graduate and has done 2 internships at the museum. And I think she'll do a good job. She's Mr. DeWitt Wilder's granddaughter, you might know her from that.
Yeah, she's a good one.
She is.
All right, got a motion by Keith, to have a second by Will. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anything, nothing on the update agenda? Consent agenda, unless anybody sees anything they want to correct on the minutes or claim docs from last month, or this month. And, action agenda, no report on storm shelter. Lease agreement for Public Service Commission, it's $4,400 a month, we just need to approve that, is that right? And I'll sign it when we approve it. They've already moved in, so I hope we approve it. I got a motion by Will to have a second. Second by Kevin Dale, any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Lease agreement for MJ Russell Properties. I'm a little bit lost there, tell me what that is, you know?
That was Billy Jean's request to use the property for special events.
Oh, okay.
And I think the agreement was as long as it's insured, as long as they insure MJ Russell properties, and they would do it, just let y'all know it, that's all, no payment.
Did you hear that, Billy Jean? Mary Jennifer's property, let us use it for special events, and we mow it and make sure it's got insurance.
It's like the old agreement.
Yeah,
Except
all right, let's,
Except this time, no farmer's market,
until it sells.
unless you decide to put a farmer's market there.
Okay.
So no change, just renewing it?
There were some slight changes, but basically I took something out that shouldn't have been there about indemnification. So other than that, there's no farmer's market anymore, and that's it.
okay. Motion by Keith, do I have a second? Second by Drew, any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. And then, approve a quote for the municipal court furniture. You got it, Frank? Or she said it, yeah. And it's just, it comes from, what's the name of the company?
Fairfield.
Yeah, Fairfield, Ball Gap, and they got state contract on it. So that's really.
So we don't have to get it. Okay, that was gonna be my question.
Yeah. So we need approval for that. So moved by Kevin Dale, I have a second by Parks, any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next item says executive session, what's that?
There's one other little shop cleanup, if you want to do it today, I thought it was all good, and I didn't put it on there. We got a whole stack of tax exemptions that came back. Oh, wait, special.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what about the executive session?
Personnel issue.
Personnel issue, okay. All right, we need a motion to consider executive session for personnel issues. Somebody else got something?
I'll possibly pick on something about 2 minutes.
Sure.
How's it going? I hate to beat the dead horse because I'm actually the only one that's a fan of it, but the trees on Park Plaza Drive, I'm for them. I know y'all have talked about them a lot, but they're becoming a significant life safety issue for my brother. He has the farming operation around there, and his sprayer is not like a car that's down low on the ground, but his feet are about 8 feet in the air, and now that the trees have gotten bigger, it completely blocks his view to be able to get out of those fields on the Park Plaza to move. And he's got to be able to get in and out with tractors and with a sprayer. And I'd just like to request that on the paved entrances going into those fields, if we could take out one tree on each side, if they could be trimmed from the bottom, that's what I would ask for. But with him being up that high, the only way to prevent him from, potentially getting hit, and it's happened every year. And then yesterday, when he was pulling out, it was so close, he just jerked it in reverse to try to keep from getting hit, and it threw him against the windshield as he was going backwards, just trying to avoid getting hit. I know a car locked their tires up last year when he was pulling out of there. I don't think there's a way to trim the top or the bottom and give him view because of the height they are, and I just requested one tree on each side of just where the paved entrances are going in, if we could consider taking one tree on each side out, just so that he could actually see and get out. I've got some pictures that I could show you all that are from the cab of his sprayer sitting in those areas if y'all want to see them. That kind of shows that he really can't see anything at all until he's actually in the street. And we all know how the traffic is on that road.
Have we had some that were
They
been
just
damaged or
been
broken?
trimmed
No, hasn't there been some that have been broken or?
There's one broken, there's one died.
What I'm saying is that maybe
across.
one of those maybe can be relocated to replace some of the ones that have been
I
broken or
prefer
something.
them to be relocated.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because they're
saying.
Probably $1,000 tree
Yeah,
at this
and,
point.
and I'd be fine with them being relocated and just extended on down part
Yeah,
of it
that's-
because it stops at that new road.
Oh,
He said the only entrance that he could pull out of and actually see is across from El Agave where it looks like,
Is it
trees on
because he's
each
so
side.
elevated?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, his feet are this high in the air, and so no matter how much you trim under him, he's still looking through like the main body of the tree.
Terry, is he done spraying or got some more to go?
He sprays each crop season. He has.
We're talking this year.
This year, I think he'll have burn down and one more herbicide and pesticide application. But typically, he has 6 to 8 applications at minimum a year in that sprayer that he has to do there. And then you've got harvest and input. So
we might could take, call Tupelo, I think they got a tree spade. And, you know, if those too big, just to dig up and move by hand. I think they got a tree spade. They probably can replant them, relocate them.
yeah, and I would suggest just keep on extending them down the same.
Yeah,
Because it stops at the road y'all are putting in, if I remember right, it's about where the trees stop.
It looks a little odd to me.
The car wash there.
Yeah. We'll check with Tupelo and see if they'll, as long as they're tree sprayed, they probably will come. They've told me before they'd come and move. We had a couple of them next week. So I'll check with them.
I appreciate it. Like
I
I
was
said,
gonna say-
I'm a fan of the trees.
Yeah, I like it too.
They may tell you something along the lines, they prefer to move the trees toward the fall of the year.
Yeah, they probably will.
In lieu of that, if you will call or have Mike Starr,
Is John Walker.
John Walker, either one of them all got the number. We'll call the police department, we'll try to get some out there to help them move and block traffic until we can get it done.
Yeah, you're right, they won't wait till fall, late fall.
And that would be better so that they
Okay. All right, but I'll still call them.
Alright.
And give it a shot, try to get it started. Yeah, we probably need to do that form of motion. Move 2 trees, relocate,
Or paved entrance.
one on each side.
I'll make that motion.
All right, we got a motion by Will, have a second by Drew. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.